In the ancient city of Hierapolis, a jewel of the Hellenistic and later Roman world, there is a place that defies all logic, which from ancient times to the present day is considered the very entrance to the underworld. Pluto's Gate, a natural cave that emits deadly gases from the depths of the earth, has always been an object of veneration and fear. This place, also called Plutonian in honor of Pluto, the Roman god of the underworld. Hierapolis was founded around the 2nd century BC in the region of Phrygia, a land of mountains and hot springs in western present-day Turkey. From its early years, the city thrived thanks to its mineral baths, which attracted those seeking relief and a cure for their ailments. The city grew as an important cultural and religious centre, especially under Roman rule. With temples and baths, theatres and paved streets, Hierapolis radiated life. This portal to the underworld wasn't just a symbolic name or a made-up legend. Pluto's Gate constantly emitted lethal vapours that killed anyone who approached without protection. The first known description of this place comes from the Greek historian Strabo in the 1st century BC, who narrated the site's chilling power. According to him, this cave released a dense and deadly vapour capable of wiping out any animals that dared to approach. Bulls and other sacrificial animals brought to the edge of the cave dropped dead in seconds, and not even birds dared to fly over it. However, Strabo pointed out something peculiar. The priests who served in the temple could enter and exit the place unharmed, a fact that only reinforced the belief in the intervention of the gods. During sacred rituals, the priests of the goddess Cybele of Pluto and other deities related to death and fertility approached the cave, carrying bulls and birds for sacrifice. The scene was both horrifying and fascinating. The faithful watched the animals perish immediately at the entrance, while the priests remained untouched. The air in the Plutonian, according to Strabo, was charged with a deadly power that only the devotees of the gods could control. Scientific studies conducted in the 21st century shed light on the phenomenon that underpinned the myth of Pluto's Gate. A research team led by Professor Hardy Fans of the University of Duisburg-Essen in Germany explored the site and confirmed that there is a high concentration of carbon dioxide released by volcanic activity underground. This gas accumulates in the cave and surrounding area, reaching levels of up to 91% concentration in the air, enough to be fatal to any living being. Scientists observed how, even today, birds that approach the cave entrance fall dead upon inhaling the poisonous air. But how is it possible that the priests could walk fearlessly to the mouth of the cave and come out unharmed? The answer lies in the height at which the gases concentrate. The lethal cloud of carbon dioxide stays at a height of about 40 centimeters, about 16 inches above the ground, making it a death trap for animals and people who get too close to the ground when they breathe. The priests, aware of this detail, learned to avoid inhaling the toxic vapors and remained standing in a relatively safe area, at least for short periods. This ability gave them an air of mysticism and divine power. Pluto's Gate attracted both ordinary visitors and pilgrims seeking the closest spiritual experience to death they could achieve without crossing the threshold of the unknown. Legend has it that sometimes some of the braver or perhaps more reckless devotees would kneel near the entrance in search of a mystical trance, begging the gods to allow them to see a glimpse of the afterlife. It is said that many of them never rose again as the vapors enveloped them and carried their souls to the other side. Italian archaeologist Francesco D'Andrea, who rediscovered the location of the Plutonian in the 21st century, shared his astonishment at finding animal remains at the site. Even in recent times, birds fall to the ground near the cave entrance, victims of the same gas that once caused fear and awe among the ancients. D'Andrea commented that the locals still feel reverence for the site, although they no longer see Pluto's Gate as a literal entrance to the underworld. Many believe that the place still holds a mystical charge. For the ancient inhabitants of Hierapolis, Pluto's Gate was a meeting point between the world of the living and the world of the dead. The Romans, with their deep belief in the presence of the gods and the afterlife, saw this place as a sacred site, a threshold that had to be respected. Pluto's gate was the perfect representation of the uncontrollable and inexplicable in the natural and divine world. Today, when visitors walk among the ruins of Hierapolis and approach the site where the entrance is located, they can still feel the unsettling energy of a place where myth and reality converge into a unique experience.